Greetings, traders out there in Traderland. My name's Dez here at Grok Trade. I'm a senior analyst and mentor, and this is the weekend edition. Good through Sunday, August 7th, 2011. And for the week, gang, the markets are off 7%. That is a bloodbath. It's been years since we had such a drawdown as what we've saw in the last week or two. So, last couple weeks, brutal. On Friday, the S&P drops, rallies, closes just a shade below 1200. 1200 is a big important spot that we're all watching. It closed below that. However, after an extended drop and a doji, there is a chance of a rally taking place the very next day, but we need confirmation. A confirmation would be something over 1220. If we can get over 1220, and namely if we can get over this 1226 level, we're looking for some sort of bounce here. On a bounce, at that point, we'd be looking at some Fibonacci retracements. I'm going to draw a fib here, and we would be looking at a Fibonacci retracement, a bounce. You know, the first area would be 1236, and then we're looking at 1257 at the 50%, and 50% is where we hung up here. So this would be a very logical place to see it hit and drop. And then our last level, 1278. If it gets over 1278 and actually touches this trend line with the body, I don't care if a shadow gets up there, touches it, and drops. But if the body gets up there and stays on a daily, then the chances of us making a new low does drops to some degree. However, if we stall out and drop at 50% or less, or 61.8% or less, if it stops there and then drops, we're going to be in a pretty decent downtrend, and we don't know where that bottom will be. So we go here to the weekly. The weekly, as soon as that symmetrical triangle broke, boom, big drop all the way down, 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 busting through some key support areas. 1250, snap. 1225, snap, all the way down, almost reaching the 200-week moving average, coming back up, and we're finding support here at the 225 simple moving average, and again closing below that 1200. So for the week, we're only down 2 candlesticks. If this is going to be a significant leg, we're talking another 4 to 5 candlesticks on the way down here on this breakdown, and that could very easily happen. So the next month could be a brutal month. Let's look at the monthly chart. The monthly chart, we're already below a significant support line on the monthly chart on the S&P. That is bad, bad news. We're looking at 1188 as major support. We are above that right now. We did drop below it at one point. But if we do not rally back hard by the end of August and hammer out, the markets are in real trouble, because the big chart, the monthly chart, will have broken a major trend line. If that's the case, we're looking for another 2 to 3 months heading down. And I don't like the looks of this expanded range candlestick here. It's a huge candlestick. So this is volatility increasing on an extension heading down. That is bad, bad news. So we have to watch this very closely. The best thing that could happen for the bulls here, a major rally, major rally, major rally, and getting a close somewhere above, say, let me get a list here. I'd like to see that get above 1254, 1255, 1255 area by the end of August. So remember that I said that. Let's go here, look at the Dow. The Dow on Friday actually ended positive. We already have this hammer in place. It's going to have resistance at 11,635, something to be watching for, which puts us about the 50-50 mark here on this major candlestick. So that could prove to be a huge area. We had big volume. A lot of times you get big volume on an extension here. Expect a bounce. Now remember, things that drop fast tend to bounce fast. So going in Monday and Tuesday, you could get some big, impressive white candlesticks coming out of this low, this bottom. If you go here to a weekly chart, boom, big break, horrible. Just a huge crack in the ice here. We broke down and we're finding support at the 67-week moving average. 67-week moving average, this purple one right here. You can see acted as support here, acted as support here. And the 67 can act as really nice support and resistance on a weekly chart. So I would suggest that you add that. You won't find that anywhere else but here. And this is something, there's so many tips and tricks that I teach in mentoring. And anyway, let's keep going. There's only so much I can talk about in a video. The problem with the weekly chart here is we are confirmed. We broke down out of a symmetrical triangle. This is the time to be looking short. But again, expect a bounce. Going into next week, I fully expect that. But we are on a weekly chart in bad shape. On the monthly chart, very bad shape. We even closed down below 11,530, an area I was watching here. We did break down below that. We need to rally back. If we rally back and get above, say, we need to get back above 12,000. If we can close back above 12,000 by the month end, that's the only thing that's going to really help this market. We just have to see that. Now on the NASDAQ, daily, just crash. We do have a hammer in place right now. Will we bounce? Maybe, maybe not, but there is a whole plethora of resistance levels, and you can see those right over here. And furthermore, let's go to the weekly. On the NASDAQ, boom, big crash. We closed below the 67 moving average, active support. We closed below it. We did find support at 25.31. That was to be expected. Are we going to follow through to the downside? Maybe, maybe not. Something we need to be watching quite closely. We're at this major support, and you can see that here. You can see that here. Will we crash below it? On the monthly, huge trouble on the monthly. However, if we come back, this one doesn't have to come back as far. If we can get above 26, I'd say 2,700. If we can get above 2,700 by month's end, that would prove to be very bullish. But we have broken a major trend line, huge candlestick, a lot of volatility, looks quite ominous for all those in small cap stocks. Russell's 2000, huge drop. We're down at a 714. Ouch. Just horrible numbers on the weekly chart. Big drop. Boom. Huge. Big M for murder. A confirmed double top trend reversal pattern, breaking out of a symmetrical triangle, down. Found a little support here at 700. Did a bounce. And we do have some lines. There should be a line right there that we actually crashed through. And maybe a little support here, and that's about where we got. And then these moving averages, so be watching this pretty closely. In the Russells, we have broken a major monthly trend line, and we're there now at a nice support at 715, 716 area. That's right where we're at. Actually, we're below it. We're at 714, so we're actually below a major support area. And then we have another minor one at 687, which it almost got to, but it stopped at 700. And then if I were to bring in, this is FinViz. I like to look at the groups here. And for Friday, financials took it on the chin, down 1.8%, but basic materials down huge 3%. For the week, basic materials down a whopping 13%. Industrial goods down 11%, 10% hit on financials. I watch these financials very closely. 1 month financials are down nearly 15%, about the same for basic materials, conglomerates, and industrial goods, down a whopping 19.4%. On 3 months, you have industrial goods down 19%, 16% on financials. That is horrible. Financials are at the bottom on the 6 month, down 7.15%. Huge. Gang, if financials start selling off like they did Friday, they were down quite a bit. Looking here, Friday, the markets were, let's look at this. This is Friday's numbers here. We're, in positive on the Dow, S&P, a little negative on these two. Russell's down quite a bit. Remember, these two lead the broad markets. This tells us what the other markets are going to want to do. So that does not look good. Furthermore, you have the financials down 1.3%. and that's lagging the Dow, the S&P, and NASDAQ. So you have the banks giving zero support. We are at 32 right now on the VIX. However, we closed quite bullish on the day, 0.6 on the trend, and that's in light of that big rally back that we received on the daily chart. So get the very best technical analysis right here, and I would love to be your mentor. All you have to do to get more information about me training you, me taking you under my wing to help you learn to navigate these turbulent waters and how to know when to be a bear and when to be a bull and really trade with your eyes open. Quit trying to trade through your weaknesses. It will never work. Come in. Let's get your trading under control. Let's get you disciplined. Let us hold you accountable and become a Grok graduate. And we invite you to do so. All you need to do is fill out the mentor form at the Meet the Mentor link on the website. Be happy to get you more information. Carolina, the one that does the Qs, will be happy to email you and talk with you and just answer all the questions that you might have. So there you have it. Thank you. Very safe trading to you out there in the markets, and know that the long and short of all of this is this. Gang, I am not bullish in this market. I'm looking for a dead cat bounce, and I am looking to be short this environment until the markets give me a trend reversal, period. And if you'd be so kind, click the like button below. Very much appreciate that.